Takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First run now for Kyron Williams. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Stafford. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
He's got Smith here.
Stafford's pass complete to number 19. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. This is Smith with a grab. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 28. That one goes for 24 yards.
This is all about finding the open space in the middle of the field. How do you do that? One way is through play action. That's going to freeze those linebackers for just a split second, and sometimes that's all you need. They run a deep in route behind them, and it works to perfection.
Over the middle to Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and
8. Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Los Angeles.
A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Looking to put a drive together. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now Brissett. Now he's going to step up and run. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
They'll run for the first time with Amari DiMercato to the 43, 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Brissett sets to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut to take care of the end of this drive.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the Rams' 33-yard line.
Out of the gun, Brissett. He's got Henderson left side complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 23. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And this is exactly the kind of drive you're hoping for out of the gates. They're mixing the run and the pass well, keeping this defense off balance early. And they're on the march here with another first down.
On the ground, it's DiMercato. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll set up the screen to DiMercato. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Throwing, Brissett. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Brissett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 35, here's second down and 1. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. In motion right is Smith. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Again, it's Williams. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. And it's complete to Adams. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we, talking to him. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cards are going to have it here just past the 25.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's Brissett. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a 2nd and 10. Brissett. Over the middle here to Wilson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd and 2.
Here's Brissett. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And that is incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To throw, Brissett. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Brissett now. That is caught. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 35. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Brissett. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Again, it's Brissett. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too. Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jacoby Brissett, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. LA set to take over again on offense. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Stafford. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. That's caught. Puka Nacua through the middle of the field. Inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua, 76 yards. And the Rams have retaken the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roll through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
From the 38, Brissett throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. That'll be caught by Dortch. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. That flag, that'll push him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. Short one here, caught by McBride. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Brissett under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
A loss of 6.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the 1st half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll look to Williams to begin things. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. In motion goes the tight end. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. Here's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Here's Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Greg George deep for Arizona. This is taken at about the 14. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Cards will take over, first and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they could do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
My, if maybe that ball is 2 yards shorter, it's going to give them the lead because he had a receiver running free there. That's a tough one to miss on.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down.
Well, that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. Here's Smith to return it. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Jalen Thompson on the coverage.
Second and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Throwing is Stafford. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Stafford. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. The slot man in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
Throwing again is Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
The 43-yard line.
Second down and a yard. A give to Williams, running right. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
To throw is Stafford. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
2nd and 6 at the Cardinals' 37-yard line.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Stafford now to throw. Smith catches left side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Cardinals will take over here just shy of the 30. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Stafford. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. It's caught here by Adams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Brought down on the play by Kobe Turner.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Brissett sets to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Here's Brissett. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Back to throw, Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Play action, Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Off of play action, here's Stafford. That is incomplete.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 43. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Really, a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 14-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. That'll be a gain of 5. And that will bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Stafford. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps how a guy can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Stafford. Screen play set up for Williams. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 83 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. I thought he had the angle along that sideline. Didn't quite get there, though.
Didn't quite get there, but they did keep him from getting into the end zone. Now when you look down and line up on defense, you see the goal line beneath your feet. If that doesn't motivate you to play harder, I don't know what will.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Now Stafford. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Williams. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
A 21-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by
officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Brissett now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Brissett. Oh, and that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get food, right?
Not one that I've ever met. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. And this one complete to Smith. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a 1st down as well.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Stafford. He finds his man, complete. That's Adams. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. That is caught. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The give is to DeMarcano. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now Brissett. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That's good.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On play action, Brissett delivers on the crosser to McBride. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Goes right back to McBride. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Brissett. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting them first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Got his man. It's Dortch. That's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Brissett. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A 52-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll move him back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Their lead back down to one score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. To throw is Stafford. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
The Rams on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
On the handoff, it's DiMercado. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Here is 3rd and 5. Brissett. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's returnable now for Smith. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
1st down, Los Angeles.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
2nd and 9 at the Cardinals' 45-yard line.
Second and 9. Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
Stafford's pass complete to Puka Nakua. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. Yeah, he is going to have a Rams 1st down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.